Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin Muhammadin sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Do remember Monday, Bilal? We start fasting. Yes, because Monday is the 9th of Muharram and the Ashura is on the 10th, right, which is on a Tuesday. So we are encouraged to fast either 9 and 10 or 10 and 11 or 9, 10 and 11 in any of these combinations, because Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam wanted us to be different from the Jews. The Jews will fast every year on the 10th of Muharram because Musa alayhi salam was saved by Allah. Right? So it is important that we follow the Sunnah. Right? If you follow the Sunnah, what happened? What Allah says in the Quran? What?
The eyes that you see,
In the Quran, what Allah said, "Qul in kuntum tuhibbuna Allah fattabi'uni yuhibbukum Allah wa yaghfir lakum dhunubakum wallahu ghafurur rahim." Right? In Surah number 3, verse number 31, say Muhammad to mankind, if you love Allah, then follow me. That means follow the Sunnah. And then Allah will love you and forgive you of your sins. Allah is often forgiving, the most merciful. So that means literally when we follow the Sunnah, inshallah, the end result is again Allah's love and forgiveness. So any Sunnah, just grab it and follow, inshallah. Yeah. So remind yourself and your family members, is on Monday and Tuesdays, which is most important. Yeah. So reward, as I said, was forgiveness of one years of sins. Okay. Now, today's topic is a long topic. It's about the Day of Judgment. On just to recap, on Thursday we were talking about death. Yeah, we went through all this, the journey of the soul before death, during the time that the soul was taken out of the body. Right, depends on where is your situation or status in front of Allah. You are a disbeliever, sinner, or you are a believer. There are only two. There's no third route. Yeah, because the hadith is very clear. If you are a believer, inshallah, before the angel of death comes, beautiful angels are waiting for you, right? To shroud you, to put perfumes on you, yeah. And even when the soul comes out, it's very easy, just like a droplet coming out, right? Of course, painful, but easy, right? And then once it comes out, then the angels that were surrounding you will quickly take over, right? And then go to different levels of skies. How many levels of skies?
7.
7 levels of skies, right? How do we know it's 7? From Isra Mi'raj, the journey of Prophet Muhammad from Mecca to Jerusalem and ascension, Mi'raj. And you know that from the, I think hadith, he went to different levels of heavens or skies, met all the different prophets, right? Remember? Yeah, so from them, you know, it's 7. So all the angels will welcome us at different levels until at the end, you've got no choice but to go back to be questioned.
Oh,
right? Yeah. So, but for the disbelievers and sinners, you can only go to the first level. You'll be shut and you'll be thrown down, literally, and to be questioned. But before the questioning came an important part in which all of us, whether you are a sinner or the most pious person, will experience. What is this? The squeeze of the grave. Right? Squeeze, that means is like, as the word comes, that is, according to many scholars, is like your testicles being crushed and your rib cage. But only for believers, inshallah, for a very short time. It is going to be painful. One of the main reasons was because our sins are not fully removed. And then we have to go through all this. Everybody, I can remember a hadith that Prophet Muhammad said, if anybody were to be exempted, it would be this person. I can't remember the Sahaba's name, because when he died, this Sahaba, the throne of Allah shook because it was tremendous loss. So if anybody were to exempt it, he was the first one exempted, but he still have to go through this crushing, the squeeze of the grave, right? Then after that, we'll be questioned by which angels? Munkar and Nakir, very horrible looking angel. They're going to ask us, we're going to prop up. We're going to sit down like this, your body like this. And then we'll be asked 3 questions. Who is your Lord? who was the person who was sent to you, and what was the deen that was sent to you. That's why we encouraged to say every morning and evening what? Raditu billahi rabba wa bil islami dina wa bi Muhammadin sallallahu alaihi wasallam nabiyya. Right? Hadith, because if you say this 3 times in the morning and evening, you will be pleased on the day of judgment. Pleased means that's it. Yeah, you'll be able to answer the questions, inshallah.
Isn't the face of them will be depending on our deeds? Like if we did good, then the malaika will be a good looking malaika.
In Barzakh?
Yeah.
No. Is there any hadith like this?
I forgot.
Indonesian culture. But this, share the hadith we have, right? Not Indonesian hadith, right? Only in Indonesia. No, I do not know about this, but we can talk about Barzakh after this, right? So let's finish this first, right? So after that, we'll be in a place of resting, and this is when, if you're a believer, you have a windows of Jannah open. Not just the windows of Jannah, but the smell and all this is so amazing that you always every day ask the angels, when is the day of judgment, right? And then they just say, chill, it comes soon.
So first you get questions, and then you go to the Barzakh, and that's the waiting period?
Yeah, waiting period, either punished or not punished, right? And then for the, besides the windows of Jannah, which is the main attraction, of course, you have a nice looking person, which is your deeds will come and remind you of Jannah, right? So not sure, because your question was the angels transform the physical into your deeds. I do not know. Yeah. So this is your good deeds, and then your space of resting will expanded for 60 miles, a lot of light, and waiting for the day of judgment. Yeah. And as usual, when you have a good time, especially you are on holidays, time passes so fast. So some scholars immediately day of judgment comes for some of these people because you're enjoying yourself. Whereas when you are punished, it always drags the time. Yeah. Now, so for these believers and the sinners, you have shown the windows of hellfire, not just the windows, all the heat, and you'll be burnt and all this. Yeah. And then a horrible looking person, as your sins would be there to remind you of hellfire. Your ribs will be crushed. Yeah. And it's very dark. Yeah. So this is important that we realize, of course, but prior to that, we cannot answer the 3 questions. What happened? The mallet will be knocked on your head, and if this mallet were to be on the mountain, the whole mountain will be in pieces. That is why all the animals can hear the screamings of this, except the humans and the jinns. Yeah. So this is, and of course, we talk about the punishments. That is when Prophet Muhammad was sleeping, he had a dream, and with 2 angels, he went to all the different stations. He saw people in being crushed by that mallet again. These are people who know the Quran but don't implement it, or these people who are not praying at all. You can see people in an oven, men and women, these are people doing zina, burned. He saw a hook at the side, right? And eyes all disappear. These are the people who lied. It's quite interesting that we must know all of us have lied in our lives before. Agree? All of us have lied before. But people think that this lying is such a minor thing. It's a huge thing. It's a major thing. You have to be careful. Punishments also occurred for people who are doing riba. Yeah, water and the river of blood and stones thrown in the mouth. All this clearly shown. Everybody is waiting for the blow of the trumpet, which is the topic for today. Yeah, which means that all of us must understand that the day of judgment will come. In the Quran itself is filled with 1/3 of the Quran is on the day of judgment. Question?
Just a very quick one. When it comes to the day of judgment, I know we're probably going to discuss this later, but there's all the prophets. There's only one prophet who might be able to intercede for you if given the permission. But isn't there one prophet who cannot intercede because he lied?
No, all the prophets will not intercede for us because the things that they did in the past.
Yeah, and
so Adam will say, "Oh, I ate from the fruit.
Yeah,
I'm scared of Allah myself. What should I save you? I have to save myself."
Yeah.
Then he would just go away. And Nuh alayhi salam, he questioned Allah, right? That why do you take away my son? He's scared of Allah.
Yeah.
And then Ibrahim was scared because he lied 3 times.
Yeah. Certainly there was one prophet who was lying.
Yes, and then after that Musa was scared because he killed somebody. Isa was scared also because no reason given, right? So all the prophets are scared of Allah except Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's why all of us when we talk about it later, when we say Ya nafsi nafsi, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the only one who will say Ya ummati, oh my nation, my nation. Yeah. When the day of judgment comes, the thing that we first must remember, right? The day of judgment has been promised to us. It will happen. It's strange that we know that it's going to happen, but people are quite oblivious, right? People are forgetting. Agree, right? That they are not being very rude, but why are some of even some your family members, why are they not practicing? Somehow or other, Shaitan won, right? The main one who will prevent you and me from obeying Allah is Shaitan. That's the main thing. Secondly, of course, some people just do not get Allah's guidance, right? And they have to seek sincerely Allah's guidance. Yeah, Allah said in Surah number 47, verse number 17, وَالَّذِينَ اهْتَدَوْا زَادَهُمْ هُدًى وَآتَاهُمْ تَقْوَاهُمْ. Yep, there's those who are seeking guidance, Allah will increase the guidance, and He will grant them taqwa. If you are sincere, surely Allah will guide us. Yeah. So it's important that we realize what are the factors that prevent us from preparing for their judgment. Everybody must realize that death can come at any time. Yeah. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you?
I want to go pray real quick. I'll be back. I just want to say that.
This is American time, no? It's not acceptable at all. It's not okay, take care.
I think you didn't share the link.
What? Is it on? I'll share it.
I mean, like, if they jump on the Skype, they'll be able to see what's going on.
Okay, I was just saying classes are okay.
Yes. Okay. All people are at home drinking wine and resting.
Watch the football tomorrow.
Okay. Just joking. Okay, so let's continue, inshallah. Yeah. So for sure, the day of judgment has been promised to us, right? Again, in Surah number 4, verse number 87, Allah said, Allahu la ilaha illahu la yajma'annakum ila yawmil qiyamati la rayba fihi. Right? That means Allah swears upon His own name, Allah. None has right to worship but you. Surely He will gather you together on a day of judgment in which there's no doubt about it, right? And this is something in which we do need to really be very wary, yeah? That the day of judgment will come as promised by Allah, and that can never be avoided. I suppose those people who are still very careless about their judgment. You see, when we talk about the 6 articles of our faith, right? Iman is not just belief, right? You can believe that England will win tomorrow, but it may not win, right?
Tell us mean the people in that don't believe.
Sorry?
Tell us mean the people in that don't believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you may, so when you talk about Iman, because it's part of 6 articles of faith, Iman to have the faith in the day of judgment, right? When you have faith, literally, you know that's going to come. Literally, you will prepare whatever it is. And this is important, right? So as I said just now, some people believe that Spain will win, some people believe that England will win tomorrow, but this is just a belief which may not happen at all to the team you support. But faith or Iman is something which is much more certain and much more definite than that. It will happen. So surely, if you believe, can we see Allah? No. Even Prophet Muhammad has not seen Allah at all, physically, right? Allah has talked to him, but not seen. Yeah. But even we do not see Allah. We strongly have faith Allah existed, right? That He has this power to reward us with His will.
The trees and
yes,
the smoke.
that's very important. no matter how much you don't believe in Allah, when something happens to you, you will say, "Oh my God," right? And that the word God will automatically come out. Any children, right? When you ask them, when asked where is God, always point up there, always. And this is important that we know about our accountability. Surely we cannot lead a life as what we want. There must be a price to pay, right? As Allah said in the last verse that was revealed, "Wattaqu yawman turja'una fihi ila Allah thumma tuwaffa kullu nafsin ma kasabat wa hum la yuzlamun." Surah number 2, verse number 281. Which means, be afraid of the day when you shall be brought back to Allah. Then every person shall be paid for what he has earned, and they shall not be dealt with unjustly. Right?
Also, heard the hadith that everyone, all of mankind, all of us, we stood in front of Allah before creation, right? We stood on Allah, and Allah said, "I am your Lord." Like, you're all aware of it.
Yes.
And everyone agreed, and then he said, "Okay." So I remember you guys said this. Remember you testified, and that's kind of where the natural fiqh that a lot of humans have to believe in a higher power.
Yes. Which surah is this?
So he's in that.
Surah number 7, verse number 172.
Okay.
Right, when Allah swept the back of Adam alayhi salam,
Okay.
and all of us have appeared in front of Allah, as you say, right? He said, "Amanat your Rabb." Right, and you say, "Yes, Bala Shahidina, we bear witness." And Allah warned us, don't say on the day of judgment, you're not aware of this. And it's quite serious, because whatever things Allah said in the Quran, La rayba fi, there's no doubt in it. It did happen. Whether we believe or not, it's up to us. But surely it did happen that we made a covenant with Allah that we're going to recognize Him as our protector, our guidance, the one who will provide us, the one who created us. It's all Allah. That is why when Allah said in the Quran, Surah number 12, verse number 21, "Wallahu ghalibun ala amri, walakinna akthara nasi la ya'lamun." That Allah has a full power control of all His affairs, but most men do not know about this. So it is important that we understand all this, right? Understand why some people are not preparing for the hereafter. Perhaps they think that they will prepare when they are 60, 70, which is quite common. Right? Most of the youth, they think it's okay, I'm still young, right? I'm going to enjoy myself first. We live only once. That's why we enjoy ourselves. Then when we turn 60, then we go to Hajj, right? First of all, it may never happen. You may not live to be 60. Secondly, doesn't mean that you want to do it. You can do it because everything that you and I do is upon Allah's guidance. If Allah do not guide us, we are finished. Especially now with social media, Netflix, and all this, wasting time a lot, right? More than worshiping Allah. It's quite funny, right? That if you think that things that Allah has given us, everything, right? We don't even have to pay anything to Allah. And yet, the amount of time we pray to worship Allah is much less than the time you spend on social media, for example, right? Or on work and all this. So, it is important that we take all efforts necessary in order for all of us to understand about the Day of Judgment, because I think Islam is the only religion that has described the Day of Judgment in extremely great details. In the Quran, one thing about the Day of Judgment, my job is just to make sure that I try to do it in order as best as I can. It may not be correct, but in some sort of order that you can understand from the first time that the trumpet is blown until the very last part of the Day of Judgment. Now, in another verse, Allah said, Surah Al-Inshiqaq, 84, verse number 6, Ya ayyuhal insanu innaka kadihun ila rabbika kadhan famulaqi, which means, oh man, addressing to all of mankind, whether you're Christians, Jews, Hindus, right? Everybody, you are returning to your Lord with your deeds and actions. A sure returning, and you will meet the results of what you did. So accountability is very important, and Allah warned us. I think it's Surah number 23, verse number 115. أَفَحَسِبْتُمْ أَنَّمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ عَبَثًا وَأَنَّكُمْ إِلَيْنَا لَا تُرْجَعُونَ. Do you think that you are created in this world for mere play, without any purpose, and that you shall not be brought back to us? And all these questions, I mean, sometimes when I read verses of the Quran, right? Sometimes, I'm sure you Hassan, you read the Quran, sometimes just hit you in the face, no? I need to start now. You're panicking and you're in tears, right? When we read the Quran, sometimes we do feel that this verse affects us. And put us in tears, and we panic and all this. But at other times after that, we forget completely, as if we have not read the verse. So it is important that we understand the today's talk, because Allah is Al-Adl, which means the just. We are informed everything. There's no, even in school, right, Tariq? When you were in the Americans, you study America.
Yes.
Okay. So when you study America, right, in any exams that you took, you will never be given the questions. Agree?
Yeah.
Unless something happened, right? That you know everything, right? But in general, you don't know the questions. But the Quran and Allah gave us all the questions, agree? Everything has been revealed. No stones will be unturned. There's no surprises that's going to happen. Oh, actually, Allah said, I didn't tell in the Quran, but I'm going to test you with this. No, everything that's going to be tested has been revealed. So it's up to you and me to manage our affairs, to ensure that we are preparing ourselves for the Day of Judgment, right? Now, the first thing that will happen is that Allah will order the angel Israfil to blow the trumpet. Where's the trumpet now? On his lips, ready to wait for Allah's order. It's quite scary, right? Because when the Sahaba heard about this, they were in tears. They were crying. What did the Prophet ﷺ do to comfort them? What did he do? He told the Sahaba, Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. Just say that. Which is true, right? Anything happened to me in terms of test, Allah just, what can I do? Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. What does it mean? Allah alone is sufficient for me. He's the best disposer of all of us. He's the best. We think that we can manage our affairs for it, but Allah will be the one who finally planned our journey in this life, right? If sometimes we think it's bad, but actually it's good for us. As Allah said, وَعَسَىٰ أَن تَكْرَهُ شَيْئًا وَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ وَعَسَىٰ أَن تُحِبُّوا شَيْئًا وَهُوَ شَرٌ لَكُمْ وَاللَّهُ يَعْلَمُ وَأَنْتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. Perhaps the thing that you hate is good for you. The things that you love is evil for you. Allah knows what you do not know, and it's quite important, right? In many parts, I'm sure, I'm just telling about my life journey. Many times it didn't happen what I wanted. Even today, we didn't have any children, right? It's our plans, but if we have children, I have no time to talk to you like this. I have no time to do our secret lessons on Sundays. Until, alhamdulillah, the wife will finish book 6.
I'm embarrassed.
Alhamdulillah. So, except the husband now is crawling for the lessons. But all this is Allah's plan. I don't understand why we don't have any children, but we just say Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. What can we do? It's all in Allah's plan. That's it, right? And it is important that you accept Allah's test and with patience, and that's it. We know, for example, neighbors of mine with 6 children, completely useless. Father was and they died, wasn't the one, they didn't take care of the father. Other people take care of the father, right? So, and most of them, only one are practicing, the rest not practicing. So, it is as it is. You just need to be patient. So the first blow of trumpet, what happened? Allah said in Surah number 14, verse number 48, يَوْمَ تُبَدَّلُ الْأَرْضُ غَيْرَ الْأَرْضِ وَالسَّمَاوَاتُ وَبَرَزُوا لِلَّهِ وَاحِدِ الْقَهَّارِ. Surah number 14, verse number 48, which means on the day, the earth will change to another earth, and so would be the skies and all the heavens, and they shall come forth before Allah, the One and the Supreme. What does it mean? It means the whole world will change to another world. Was it your batch when you went to Umrah, right? Maybe another batch, right? There is one person, of course, Pakistani driver, right? who say to us, because she showed us Arafah, right? All of us are going to be gathering in Arafah on the Day of Judgment, right? I said, no, Right? Allah said very clearly in this verse, on that day the whole world will change to a different world, different earth, and so would be the heavens. It's not the earth that we see today or the day of judgment. The field is called field of mahshar, right? And this is where we're going to gather to build. And this is very important to not let people mislead us with information there's no basis in the Quran and authentic hadith.
Sure.
Yeah? So remember this, the world will change. You ask me what's going to happen to the ocean. Allah says in Surah number 81, verse number 6, وَإِذَا الْبِحَارُ سُجِّرَتْ, and the sea will be on fire.
Fire.
Fire, a whole sea. How can it be, right? Fire is supposed, water is supposed to
Cool fire.
extinguish fire, right? But whole sea will be on fire. The skies, you know, إِذَا السَّمَاءُ شَقَّتْ, the skies will split, right? The mountains, what happened to the mountains? Right? Allah said in Surah number 20, verse 105 to 107, وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْجِبَالِ فَقُلْ يَنْسِفُهَا رَبِّي نَسْفًا فَيَذَرُهَا قَاعًا صَفْصَفًا لَا تَرَى فِيهَا عِوَجًا وَلَا أَمْتًا. They will ask you about the mountains, saying, my Lord will break them into scattered dust and then leave it plain, smooth level, so you see neither curve nor ruggedness. So that means that's it. There's no more Snowdonia, no more no more Rockies.
Yeah.
Rockies, right? You guys, no more Alps.
Appalachians.
Yes,
Alps.
no more. It's just plain,
Level.
smooth, level without any landmarks. Right? So we know this. So that happens exactly on the first blow of trumpet. Yeah, it will occur on a Friday. In hadith for Muslim, it's so authentic. The final day will only fall on the Jumu'ah. Right? So every Friday is another hadith. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, every Friday, all the animal kingdoms from morning to evening will be worried whether that is the day of judgment, except the humans and the jinns. Because humans and jinns will be so caught up in the dunya that they forget that the Friday is the day of judgment. And then Allah will take the heavens and the earth in His hands, and He will say, where are the tyrants today? Where are the kings today? I'm the king today. Yep. And this is supported in Surah number 39, verse number 67. وَمَا قَدَرُ اللَّهَ حَقَّ قَدْرِهِ وَالْأَرْضُ جَمِيعًا قَبْضَتُهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ وَالسَّمَاوَاتُ مَطْوِيَّةٌ بِيَمِينِهِ سُبْحَانَهُ وَتَعَالَى عَمَّا يُشْرِكُونَ. And they have not honored Allah with the honor that is due to Him, and the whole earth shall be in His grip on the day of resurrection, and the heavens rolled up in his right hand. Glory be to Him, and may He be exalted above what they associate Him with. Right? So then Allah, after that, Allah will roll up the heavens and the earth and will take it in His hands, and He will say, order the angel Israel to blow the trumpet for the to blow the trumpet for the second time. All right. So 2 blows of trumpet. The first one is everything is finished. All right. The whole world will be flat. Then comes the resurrection. Yeah. So once the second blow of trumpet is blown, the rain will fall. So it's from Bukhari Muslim, right? And the people will grow like vegetations. Yeah? And this is where the resurrection will come. Yeah. And we will be resurrected, what? Naked, uncircumcised. Yeah. This is hadith very clear. Barefoot, naked, uncircumcised. Yes.
In the Quran, it also mentioned that someone asked, how will we resurrected if we have become dust? And then it says that it's like how the plants.
Yes, grow in the vegetation. Yes. Yeah. Of course. You and I might be wondering, aren't we going to look at your neighbor, all right, the private parts, all right, and then look at the girls, all right, all naked, just like you find in the Naked Bike Day, right, in London.
Oh,
Right?
Naked back.
Yeah, because this Aisha asked Prophet Anha, sorry, right? And he asked, aren't we going to look at each other? And Prophet said, yeah, Aisha, yeah, the situation is so grim that we would not have any time for this. You only think about yourself, about what that you have not prepared to face Allah. Yeah. The animals, what did they do? Animals will all gather together also, but they have no accountability, of course. The only accountability they have is when they, among the same species, they bully one another. So if one with the horns bullied the other with no horns in this earth, on the day of judgment, one with no horns will take revenge on the other with horns, right? And in the end, what happened to them? They will be in dust. Yeah. So go on your animals tray.
What?
Your animals in the farm will be finished.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Bin,
No money.
bin dust, right? That's what on the resurrection the disbelievers will say, right? Ya laitani kuntu turaba, right? Oh, I wish that we were dust. Okay, they're so scared to meet Allah. Yep. So after the resurrection, right? We know that the plane of resurrection will be flat, no landmarks, just like dough you see, yeah, on some shops, yeah. And also after that the sun will be brought close, 1 mile from the earth, from the place of gathering, 1 mile. Where you will come from is it hot?
It's pretty hard.
40 something, 50, it's very hot. You came from a place, just went to Hajj, alhamdulillah. 51 people died. How many? I think thousands died. I think,
At least 500 were reported.
right? Because of heat stroke, and the sun is so far away. So imagine the sun is now coming, will be coming 1 mile from where you are standing. Surely people will start to sweat. Some people sweat until the ankles, some people sweat until the waist. The disbelievers will be drowning in the sweat, and when it dries, it will be like the tar you see on the road. That will be dressing of the disbelievers on the day of judgment.
What?
The tar, the pit on the road. So once they drown in the sweat, this will dry up on the body like the tar. This will be the dressing of the disbelievers on the day of judgment. Yeah. And the length of time we understand that it is 50,000 years from the blow of the trumpet until we enter Jannah, inshallah. 50,000 long years. Yeah. If we are not prepared, all the best. Right? Punishments of the punishments of the punishments. Yeah. Clothing on the day of judgment depends on the level of iman. If we have high iman, inshallah, we are better dressed than we are today. Yeah. Because surely we're going to meet Allah, right? We're not meet Allah naked, right? We need to be dressed on the day of judgment. Yeah. Some people will be resurrected blind on the day of judgment. This is Surah number 20, verse 1 to 4 to 1 to 6 in the meaning. But whosoever turns away from my message, so this is the one who will be blind. Who turns away from Allah's message? The disbelievers and some Muslims, right?
Yeah.
Because can't be bothered, right? We are in London, pride, all this, right? Sorry? Munafiqun, right? And verily for him is a life narrowed down, and we shall raise him up blind on the day of judgment. He will say, "Oh my Lord, why have you raised me up blind while I had said before?" Allah will say, "Thus did you when our sons came to you. You disregard them, so will you this day be disregarded?" Right? If you forget Allah, Allah forget about us. Yet, each of us will have two angels. In Surah number 50, verse number 21, Allah said, وَجَاءَتْ كُلُّ نَفْسٍ مَعَهَا سَائِقٌ وَشَهِيدٌ. Sa'iq is a driver. Why do we need driver? You know? Two angels. One is a driver, one is a witness. Why do we need driver?
Otherwise, to keep us on.
Nowhere to run away.
Yeah, because this one, he will go to America. He thinks America is still around, right? He will want to take a BA flight to America. There's no other place to gather except this place called the Field of Mahshar. So Sa'iq means you want to run away, but the driver will drive you back to this place to be judged. The witness, yeah, the Shaheed is witnesses for or against you. Yeah. Everybody, as I said, will say, "Ya nafsi nafsi." Oh, Master, why are we so scared? Because perhaps we got not enough deeds. We are scared that our friends, our family members will ask us for our deeds, some of our deeds. We are protecting our deeds, right? Except Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, only him who will say, Ya ummati, oh my nations, right? He's so worried for all of us on the day of judgment. Yeah. So it was described very clearly in Surah number 22, verse number 2. يوم ترونها تذهل كل مرضعة عما أرضعت وتضع كل ذات حمل حملها وترى الناس سكارى وما هم بسكارى ولكن عذاب الله شديد. On the day you see it, every nursing mother will be distracted from that child she was nursing. It's impossible, right? If you spend 9 months pregnant, hardship, the son or daughter born, surely you grab onto it. That time can't be bothered, no. Just don't care about the baby. Just want to take care of yourself. This is how Allah describe them. And every pregnant woman will abort her pregnancy. And you will see the people appearing intoxicated while they are not intoxicated, but the punishment of Allah is severe, as if you are drunk. Have you experienced an earthquake in Indonesia?
Yes.
What are you going to be like? Have you experienced being drunk?
Yeah, I was
Being what?
expecting this.
What were you going to be like? Have you experienced being
No,
drunk?
I won't say to Indonesians, perhaps. I've seen videos, right? That once an earthquake comes, you feel like drunk, like intoxicated, don't know where to go. Just go because everything is destroyed. And this is how it is on the day, and which of course much more severe on the day. So did you feel like that?
Just the
Come in.
moving around.
You're moving around, okay. Sound like
I'm so sorry.
it's okay.
I'm so sorry.
So of course I won't expose those sins who have been drunk before, right? Right, Americans?
What's it? What
No. We are talking about this situation, right? Their judgment, that you are not intoxicated while you appear intoxicated because the earthquakes and all this. They can't walk, don't know where you are walking and all this. And I've seen videos people also just walking around and subhanallah, right? And this is how it is on the day of judgment. Yeah. So on the plane of judgment, we talked about the sun that appeared 1 mile. There will be people who will be protected on that day from the sun's heat. And again, Allah is so merciful. He did tell us who are the 7 groups of people. We need to be among this because it will happen, brothers. The sun will come 1 mile from the earth and you will start to. But only the 7 people will be prevented from the shade of Allah on a day in which there is no shade except the shade of Allah. First one, just ruler. Understand? Just ruler? Completely not. Don't. Sorry? Don't let me even ask this person about his country.
Both of them are quite bad.
Albania.
Albania has Kosovo. Kosovo is led by women, so like they're
You know, brother, your people are just.
Indonesia. Hold on. Yusuf, Indonesia. You know the minister of religion is even corrupted. Minister of religion. If minister of religion corrupted, what else that people do? They're worse. Do you agree? I'm not being mean, of course.
Can you see what he done or you can't?
Cool.
The minister.
Yeah, corruption, bribery, and all this, yes. Right. And you're talking about minister of religion is supposed to be control the affairs of the will.
You got Prince Andrew though, so.
And
You know, actually, I was just
so, okay, today in today's world, is there a just leader? No, not today. Inshallah, in the future. Right. Number 2, who will be shaded by Allah?
2 people
The
that
person who loves a brother for the sake of Allah.
Yeah, 2 people will meet each other for the sake of Allah. Number 3.
The person who cries thinking of Allah on his own.
Yeah, so another one is you guys are at home nicely drinking tea, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, they said you got Google on yourself. These people in the class are not given Google Google privilege.
And we've only got one bar, so we can't even Google.
Sorry, just ruler. What did you say? The first
Two
one?
boys that meet up for the sake of Allah and go their separate ways.
Yeah, two brothers who love only for the sake of Allah, not because he's a doctor, he's an engineer, all right? Only for Allah. So it's quite nice to have doctors friend, huh? Because anything wrong, hello, come to the house and they come, inshallah. Number 3,
Someone that spent their youth in the masjid.
youth. Youth is literally the minutes falls below 40, right? Number 4,
Person who doesn't know what his right hand's giving.
yes.
Compared
When
to his
you,
left hand.
like I'm saying, this is it's Bangladeshi time, of course. Okay, the one who donates generously and sincerely, right? And donates that's left as though one of those people. So number 5,
Someone that stands up at night, that cries and prays to Allah.
okay, cries privately, yeah, fear of Allah. Number 6,
Is the son that is something to the parents? Versus
Indonesians always innovate, always.
There's
No.
sort of Yasin in this one.
Besides, can I use Yasin anymore? You
I'm just waiting for that.
use the Yasin escape route. Finished.
How many classes have you guys been to and he's told you no Yasin?
No, they also did the Tarawih in 7 minutes.
Can I have a word with you, please?
I go.
Sorry.
Okay, quickly, yeah, because I have a recording.
Oh, it's no way.
Yeah.
We'll see you in 20 minutes. How are you, bro? Alhamdulillah. Good to see you, man. MashaAllah, what a surprise.
Yeah, exactly. My favorite one. Yeah. He, like, he's very impressive.
Wait, bro.
I want like, I don't know if it's 18 stone, but I want to do 225 pounds, like 250 pounds.
Remember that time we went to that house?
Yes.
When the father died?
Yes.
The last time I saw you, there's more weight to be done.
Oh, the second time I was here, I missed Nando's, I missed everything.
Oh, no, I don't like so much. That's like, especially holidays.
Now I'm good. I've had my fix stuff last time, so here I go.
Okay, sorry. Brothers. Okay, number 1. So number 6. No Yasin. It's not Yasin. It's not those who recite Yasin.
Person who resists zina.
Yes, a woman who can. The other side also, men also. Not men. Men.
I never said that. I said man is just a
Why
woman.
is this?
Person's
Okay.
heart is attached to the mosque.
Yes, heart is attached to the mosque. Thanks.
Like translated, it's such manuscripted.
Yeah.
Ours are just natural.
Exactly from Islam Q. Okay, so please be among one of you. You need to be only one of them. I mean, in terms of crying, right? You cannot fake tears, right? That's why the word is privately.
Yeah, you can fake.
That's a very
That's
important
so
question.
mean.
No, that's-
It's part of their team.
Yeah.
So that's an important question. What if you are more than one, like you're 5? I'm just using the reference.
No,
There's no.
privately.
Huh?
The word is privately. The tears, right?
No, I said, what if you meet 5 of those criteria?
Yeah, just need one, you know.
Are you shaded longer or
Yeah.
not?
No.
There's no definition, right?
Shade is shade.
Okay.
Yeah. They're so greedy, you know. One is yeah. No, that's no. That's air condition.
Because the reason why, and you just want that whole tree to yourself, it's so big, and you're like, nobody can't sit there. Like, see those people that do that?
No. Not only that, you so you got snow, winter. You got
And then you want someone to feed you grapes and fire. You're some big chef in like the Arabian desert.
Yeah. Okay, so another group of people besides the 7 who are shaded by the who we shaded by Allah.
Person who doesn't do ruqya.
No. Thanks. Search the Google again.
No, it's coming from my head.
Those who memorize and implement Al-Baqarah Al-Imran, we appear like two rows of birds and the clouds to shade, inshallah, on the day of judgment. Yeah, because remember the sun will be 1 mile from from the earth, or from where you were, so not the earth, right? And then you will have this shade, the 7 people. Plus, if you memorize and implement Al-Baqarah and Al-Imran, inshallah, we appear in forms of birds and clouds to shade you.
Is that
from this.
memorizing or understanding of it both?
Everything,
Implemented.
right?
So
Everything.
we have to do 7 to 9 years like Umar above.
Because I think many rulings are from Al-Baqarah and Al-Imran.
Yes. Yeah. Now, everybody's wondering, where's Allah? Right? Because the day of judgment. No. You have come earlier. We are talking about day of judgment now. We are in a field of mahshar. Suddenly, Allah comes. Allah says in the Quran, "Waja'a rabbuka wal malaku saffan saffa." Surah 89, verse number 22. Yeah, which means, and your Lord comes, and also the angels in ranks. How many angels carry Allah's throne?
8.
8. Right? And they're very big angels, right? I remember here reading a tafsir about the Quraysh. The Quraysh wanted to defeat, in hellfire there are 19 angels in the Quran, 19 angels guarding the hellfire. They will say, okay, don't worry. We are very strong. 10 people will take 1 angel, right?
Oh yeah.
You're talking about angels on a hellfire. How can you defeat them, It's ridiculous, right? So Allah will arrive, the judgment will begin. Who will be judged first? Scholars first. Secondly, the people who are reciting the Quran, and then people with money. Are we reciting the Quran? Yes, of course. So we'll be judged. Remember, even in Barzakh, right? We talked just now about a person who will be knocked on the head, and the head will smashed into pieces. One of the criteria was that the person know the Quran, but they don't act upon it. Right? So it's not just about the reading, you have to act upon it, inshallah. And we'll be called, what is Fulan bin Fulan bin Fulan, right? And then we'll be appeared in a place called An-Najwa. An-Najwa means a secret council in which we only ask on this person and Allah, right? And the questions will be asked. What's the first question? The Salah, right? If Salah is good, everything is good, inshallah. Secondly, 4 questions to be asked. What have we done with our wealth, our health, our youth, and the knowledge also given us? Yeah. So all this very clear in authentic hadith. Surely, when you know the prayer is the first thing you're going to be asked, you will correct and inshallah, if you correct your prayers, everything is corrected, right? Because Allah said, "Inna salata tanha anil fahsya'i wal munkar." Which surah? 29, verse number 45. You're guessing. Which means the prayer will prevent immoralities and disobedience to Allah. Surely, right? Because we ask for guidance. Guidance means everything. We won't be perfect, of course. We will continue to stumble and make mistakes, but we will always ask our forgiveness. Don't take it lightly, brothers, that surely I will do this, but I will ask Allah for forgiveness later. That seeking repentance, right, to Allah is only upon Allah's invitation. Not everybody will repent to Allah. Yeah. So it is important that we know what is going to be asked. Yeah. So because everything, subhanallah, right? We cannot lie. Because why? The body parts will talk. The body parts will talk, as in Surah number 24, verse number 24, for example, يَوْمَ تَشْهَدُ عَلَيْهِمْ أَلْسِنَتُهُمْ وَأَيْدِيهِمْ وَأَرْجُلُهُمْ بِمَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ. On the day when the tongues, the hands, and the feet will bear witness against them as to the actions. So on that day, there will be a person who will say, "Ya Allah, I don't need any witness. I'll be my own witness." What happened? Allah will seal the mouth, and then all the hands, body parts will talk to bear witness against you. Yeah, and even the skins will talk, right? Because in Surah number Al-Fusilat 41, verse 21, Allah said in the meaning, and they will say to the skin, "Why did you bear witness against us?" Because the skins will talk against you. Actually, you told your wife you're going to the mosque. Actually, you'll end up in Soho, right? Because there's a mosque in Soho, right?
Yeah.
Right? But you end up with all the other parts of Soho. This is technically not lying, but all the limbs will talk. And the skins will say, Allah has caused us to speak, as He caused all things to speak. on that day of resurrection. Yeah, Surah 41, verse number 21. What else are Allah going to ask us? Those in our care. You guys are the shepherds in your family, right? Your little Ilyas, may Allah guide him to the right path, right? It's very important that you are not swayed by the dunya. Why do I say this? I come from Singapore, of course, one of the richest countries in the world. So busy with tuitions for the kids, maths, science, and 7, 8 years ago, tuition. No? I'm sure Indonesia is similar in the sense that very exam-oriented in Indonesia and all this. So everything is about progressing in this life. But in terms of the deen, madrasa, completely oblivious to the need or the spiritual need or Islamic need of the kid. When we are asked by Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, ordered by him to make sure that our child pray at 7 years old, we must do that. And by 10, if the child did not pray, you need to remove some of the privileges, right? Or explain to the child about why we need to pray. It's very important to follow the advice because sometimes parents say, okay, the child is not puberty yet. Once you reach puberty, then it's too late.
I'm trying with my little sister right now, who's like 8, and it's really hard.
Is he Muslim? She Muslim, sorry.
That's Moroccan, like.
Oh, the Moroccan.
Yeah. So my stepdad's never that. Like, he's on the farm usually. So like, he's only there on the weekends, so he's not there to encourage me.
Yeah.
My mom is.
How old is your sister?
9, I think. 8
Yeah.
or 9.
I think.
She prays with me, like when I tell her to
Alhamdulillah.
pray, and I'm like.
But I think in the
pray.
West is better in the sense that people are more. You discuss things, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's not about force. We
Just
discuss.
do it, yeah.
Yeah.
America.
America, in the land of
It's a
America.
bit harder in America. In the UK, it'll be a lot easier because she's not really around any Muslims except for at the masjid in America. And so, like, that's the thing. She's kind of like.
Is she attending classes for the kids?
She does summer camp, like she's in a summer camp.
Yeah.
But like during the year, yeah, she does a thing. Yeah, she does something on the weekends.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's from Allah, right?
Yeah.
And the parents must be responsible as to a certain extent, right? So if the children by puberty, right, after all the efforts by the parents are not practicing, then Allah knows best. Allah guides him where He wills.
Very important question. He just mentioned, would you do online for his sister?
On what?
You give her a reminder, like if I got her to help learn or recite or learn a prayer or anything. I don't know what it would be.
Yeah. You know Sunday for me is American Day.
Yeah, I know exactly.
You are the first. You are the one of the 3 Americans. One of the American is in Dubai, Zach. Another American is in Korea. Another brother called Nicholas.
Well, Zach Merman in
Yeah. The one we met. Yeah.
But isn't Sundays for the sisters, no?
Yeah, sisters also, as well as.
We're relegated to the Americans are relegated.
Americans are relegated
not at the same
to-
time, not at the same which after.
Yeah.
One-on-one
Oh,
private.
about to say, they were the sisters.
I said no, we're not all in the same time.
No. Hold on, Yusuf. This is steps to Allah, right? Not some random Indonesian group or the American group. Okay, so let's finish. No, anyway, okay. So those under the care will be questioned by Allah. Agreed? Is it fair? Of course, because you guys want kids. It's not for fun. It is to ensure the ummah, Muslim ummah, are able to increase in terms of knowledge of the deen. Right? That's the purpose. Yeah? So it is important. May Allah make it easy for your wife to deliver, right, in November. Right? Yeah. So it is exciting, of course, right? Yusuf, first child, right? But with the excitement comes responsibility, surely. Honestly, and I'll say this from the bottom of my heart. I know as difficult as you guys think, because I've seen both sides of the world, right? From a majority of Muslim countries and from this side. I can safely say, and you may agree with me or not, in the West, Bilal, in the West, people tend to want to understand the deen more. Do you agree? In where we come from, people just imitate and just follow without question. So they don't understand, they just follow the ancestral acts of worship. And when you question them, where is the source, they will get angry with you.
They read the Quran in
Arabic, but they don't understand. Yes. Yes. Do you agree? You don't know?
Yeah, but over here, we read now, we try to.
Yeah, we try to, it's like this class, right? When we talk, it's all about you trying to understand what I'm trying to say. Down there, they don't care. You just read, the Imam will say something, correct? And then you question maybe at the end or whatever it is. It's not a discussion like this. It's different.
Sometimes you get whacked in the hand, stuff, you know, some countries like.
Then you guys.
Get whacked in the hand.
Yeah. Very strict. And that's why, honestly, right? In some of my students who came to me, they said, Bilal, when they're small, they hate the Quran, they hate Islam because, as you said, the teachers whack them and they run away and they run here and there just to avoid the teacher. You know this. So, and that happens in many of the Muslim countries, right? Until today. That Islam is just like a ritual. It's not meant to be understood, but just meant to be followed without questions.
Even the khutbahs are like government regulated in most Muslim countries.
Yes.
You just have to follow.
Just
Is that in
one
Southeast Asia too?
yes,
I know it's
100%.
countries, it's like-
Yeah. In Singapore, yes. Indonesia depends. Yeah, depends on whether they're from
State khutbah is crazy.
they're from Muhammadiyah or not. They are different, a bit different, right? In Egypt, yes, of course. In Egypt, in Saudi Arabia, if it's regulated.
In Qatar, you can like access the website and like they have a whole archive where you can go back and you can see like every khutbah and every word that's been said for like 10 or 15 years. It's like
Okay, so
sad.
let's come back to this, right? So as potential fathers and father, right? You will be responsible for your children to a certain extent. Even when they are adult, you do need to advise them, right? In terms of the deen, yeah. Don't turn a blind eye because this is your responsibility, right? With children comes responsibility. Yeah, may Allah guide all your children and your family in the right path. The last one is about covenants. When Allah said in Surah number 17, verse number 34, وَأَوْفُوا بِالْعَهْدِ إِنَّ الْعَهْدَ كَانَ مَسْئُولًا, which means fulfill every covenant. Verily, the covenant will be questioned about. What is our covenant with Allah? We talked just now, Tawheed, right? That we can recognize Allah as our Rabb, Surah number 7, verse number 172. That means technically, right? If you are like some people, right? In the Asian culture, who wears a taweez to protect yourself, you are technically breaching this covenant, right? Because you say to Allah, yes, Allah says, Amana your Rabb, protector, maintainer, sustainer. Then you have this taweez. Right? You are into this Egypt, right? Egypt, they went to this Imam Hussein's mosque. I'm not talking about one or two, no?
Where his head is allegedly, not his whole body.
Sorry?
You know, in the one in Egypt, it's not even his body is there. It's just his head. Apparently, the Ottomans they dug his grave up and they allegedly took his head and they took his head, and that's where the mosque is in Egypt. It's just
yeah.
This is what they say. It's just his head.
Anyway. You will see, we saw all these people in Egypt, Bilal, in this mosque. Instead of praying to Allah, they would go to this grave or the Prophet's grandson and literally making dua to the grave. Yeah. So some people have broken the and these covenants will be asked by Allah. So, for example, also we know Rabb means provider, maintainer. You claim that you got no job. That's why you are forced to take this job, perhaps dealing with alcohol, right? Surely, the one that provides you with the income is not your boss. It is Allah, right? And you insist to take this job. That means you have breached the covenant because you don't trust Allah as a provider. You trust your boss. And even though it's haram, you still take this job. Yeah? So we do need to be answerable to every covenant that we make, yeah, so that we will, inshallah, pass this test that is given by Allah. Okay, questions? Now we also will be when we talk to Allah in An-Najwa, there won't be any mediator, no translator. We will understand what Allah is trying to ask us.
When will the Quran intercede?
Sorry?
When will the Quran
all the intercessions will come later. Intercession.
Please can you explain Surah 41 verse 22?
What is it
Surah
about?
Al-Fusilat,
Yes.
22.
Verse number?
22.
Yeah. About what?
So basically, it says, and you were not hiding yourselves in the world, lest your ears and your eyes and your skins should testify against you.
Yeah, so we talked just now, right? That on the day of judgment, for example, a person will be saying to Allah, "Ya Allah, I don't need any witnesses. I'll be my own witness." So Allah say, "Fine." Then He will seal the mouth, and all the other parts of the body will talk against you if you are sinning, of course. So this is what it means.
Okay.
Right?
Does it mean that that person was kind of didn't care, like he knew already that?
I don't think that
hands in his-
I don't think he didn't care, but it just he's not aware because lack
Oh,
of
I
knowledge.
see.
Right?
Okay. Okay.
And this is where is something in which point, because that's why on the day of judgment, we want to do things that are the body parts bear witness that we do something, right? So for example, that's why when people ask me, and forgive me if I'm offending people, should we use tasbih or use the hand? My favorite object, right? The answer is surely because the Prophet Muhammad SAW is using the hand, so we should use our hand. Yeah. But of course, some scholars say you can use tasbih, but I would prefer the method that Prophet Muhammad SAW used. And secondly, the hands will testify on the day of judgment to what we do. That is why sometimes there is also hadith that we go to eat bread, we go from one route, go back to another route, because all this path that we took will testify to us on the day of judgment. If you go to the pubs in Soho,
We will testify against you.
we testify against you, of course. Like, there's no way you can hide from Allah. Yeah. Now, then comes the presentation of your records. Remember, we haven't discussed it yet. Your record of good deeds, right, or bad deeds. Yeah. In Surah Al-Zalzalah, right? فَمَا يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ وَمَا يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَهُ. Surah number 99, verse number 7 to 8, right? So, whoever has done an atom's weight of good deeds shall see it, and whoever has done an atom's weight of evil deeds shall see it. Nothing will be left unassessed on the day of judgment. Yeah, and also we must understand that this is Surah number 69. In all these verses, Allah said that people will receive the book in the right hand or left hand. In another surah, I think in Al-Inshiqaq 84, Allah said some people receive it from the back because
they're ashamed of what's in there.
They are ashamed. They're very shameful. That actually this part of people of the left hand, because they don't want people to see. They from the back they take the book with their left hand. Yeah. So the record of good deeds and bad deeds will be shown to us, right? Now, and this is where now, and I apologize if some of them are not in order, because it's quite difficult to put in order exactly how it happens, right? And this is when the intercession comes in, right? So what happened to in terms of intercession? We will go to different prophets first, right? In order to ask them to help, because like it or not, most of us, our sins are not forgiven. And most of these sins are because of the sins against others, not against Allah. Will Allah forgive all our sins between us and Allah? Yes. Because first of all, it's Tawheed. But our Tawheed, it is to understand Allah's beautiful names, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim. And all this. Secondly, because Allah's promise in Surah number 39, verse number 53, قُلْ يَا عِبَادِيَ الَّذِينَ أَسْرَفُوا عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ لَا تَقْنَطُوا مِنْ رَحْمَةِ اللَّهِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَغْفِرُ الذُّنُوبَ جَمِيعًا إِنَّهُ هُوَ الْغَفُورُ الرَّحِيمُ. Oh, say, O my slaves who have transgressed against themselves, do not despair of the mercy of Allah, for Allah forgive all sins. Indeed, He is often forgiving, the most merciful. So this is Allah's promise. In fact, if any one of us despair of Allah's mercy, it will be an act of disbelief. Right, Surah number 12, verse number 89, if I'm not mistaken, right? The only those who disbelieve, or those who despise the mercy of Allah is a disbeliever. Let me check. 12, verse number 87, sorry, right? So, إِنَّهُ لَا يَيْأَسُ مِنْ رَوْحِ اللَّهِ إِلَّا الْقَوْمُ الْكَافِرُونَ. Yeah. So intercession. So we go to whose prophet? Whose prophet first? Or which prophet? Adam first. Adam first, because we will say, yeah, Adam, you are Allah's first creation. Allah creates you with His own hands. Therefore, help us, intercede for us. Adam said, no. Right? I cannot intercede for you because I myself I'm scared of Allah because I disobeyed Allah, right? Because he ate from the fruit, right? And then he will say, go away, go away. Then you go to the next prophet. Which prophet? Nuh alayhi salam. And he said, Nuh, you are Allah's first messenger. Help us. And Nuh will say, no, I'm scared of Allah myself because I questioned Allah when he took away my son. Go away, go away. The next prophet, Ibrahim alayhi salam, Ibrahim says, no, yeah, because I lied 3 times. I myself scared of Allah. Go to another prophet. Which prophet? Musa alayhi salam. And Musa said, no, I cannot help you because I killed somebody. I'm myself scared of Allah. Then Isa alayhi salam, he said, cannot because no answer was given. Perhaps he's scared that people are worshipping him now.
Sorry, Ibrahim and Islam, he learned 3 times, was it?
3 times.
Yeah.
Right? And then after we go to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who willingly intercede for us, he will go to Allah and prostrate to Allah. And he will be taught names of Allah which has never been taught before in terms of glorifications. Then he will intercede those whom he wills, with Allah's permission, of course, to be saved. And most of the people here, as I said before, are not forgiven because perhaps the sins against others are not being forgiven by Allah. Yeah. So we have to be very careful about when we hurt others.
That we don't know the meaning of it, but they will be resorting to what is meant by it.
Well, that was to ask Allah, right? I will ask Allah, of course,
Yeah,
on the day of judgment. Also on Jannah, inshallah.
So the Jannah is up to us.
Yeah, you can ask anything to Allah.
So I've got a quick one related to this. So for Asr, if you pray for Rakat, for the part prayer,
Yes.
The hadith says that Prophet Muhammad he would make dua for you.
What dua?
You told, I believe you told me that he makes dua for you.
I said, I'm asking what dua?
To protect from hellfire.
No, you're guessing, right? The dua that he made was, Ya Allah, right? The dua before Asr, right? Prophet Muhammad made dua, Ya Allah, have mercy on those who pray 4 rak'at before Asr. Have mercy on those who pray. So this is dua of Prophet Muhammad. Surely, inshallah, you all answer dua of the Prophet, right? So do make the effort to pray 4 rak'at if you can before Asr, inshallah.
Okay, so this Prophet was, would that be separate to the intercession?
Yeah, separate, completely different. Yeah.
You said that when he goes to make intercession for us,
Yeah.
he's going to call Allah by his names, of which he will teach us that we don't know.
No need. Allah will teach him some glorifications which haven't been taught before. To him.
I thought you meant like,
No, not us, to him. And that therefore, in order to get his intercession, what must we do? In order to get Prophet Muhammad's intercession, in
we
order
have to do the ayah between for the adhan.
before,
After the adhan.
yes, dua after that. Then Allahumma Rabba hadhihi da'wati tamma wa salatil qa'ima ati Muhammadanil wasilatal wa fadilah wa ba'athu maqama mahmudanil ladhi wa'adtak. So do memorize this dua because most of us will require his intercession. Sorry? After the adhan? Yeah, after adhan. Mubin. Adhan. Yeah, sorry? Adhan, yes, of course. As many as possible because the hadith very clear, it guarantees intercession. Yeah? Okay, don't worry, it's in the fortress, just Google it. Come on.
Yeah, it's in Fortress of the Muslim, that's what.
Yes.
Any prayer app with
Have you memorized it?
No, that's what but I need to, inshallah. That's what I've seen the dua.
Okay.
I'm still trying to memorize like the
We'll make it easy for you.
I thought I memorized surahs and then the dua.
Yeah, that's why I don't go to America.
When I'm in America, I feel like my imam.
That's why I said don't go to America.
I know. Trust me.
Trump is going to take over.
The second I come back, inshallah, one day, Islamic Emirates of America.
Islamic Kingdom of America.
Exactly.
I
Marketing shop.
Yeah, aka Ika.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, next stage, Al-Kawthar, right? In which Prophet Muhammad SAW himself will hand those whom he wills the cup to drink. The pond is square in shape. The distance is so big, is from Sana'a to Damascus.
Right? In Yemen, right?
Yes.
Yes, I'm
And also the inside the pond is as many cups as the stars you see in the sky. The water is very cool, right? What do you call it? Cooler than ice, sweeter than honey, smell more beautiful than musk. There is a pond that has 2 tunnels from the river of Jannah, right? And the function of the Al-Kawthar is, yes, to quench our thirst all the way, inshallah.
This is concept, or is this like this is?
Sorry, is the answer?
Verses finished long time
Yes,
ago.
the concept's over. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This is in the hereafter,
Yeah.
on the day of judgment itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of journeys that we have to go through on the day of judgment is huge. But the best thing is that we know already everything that we're going to go through. It's up to you and me to prepare for every stage, right? So who is prevented from drinking from the pond of Al-Kawthar? The innovators. The hadith is very clear. Prophet Muhammad was so shocked that a group of his own ummah were prevented from coming close even to the pond. And he asked the angels, but this is my ummah. And he was answered, you do not know what they invented after you pass away. So it is important that we stick on to the Quran and authentic hadith in order to move forward with our daily lives. As it is, as you know, right? If you are trying to, especially from different countries, Indonesia and all this, Bangladesh, if you try to Quran and the Sunnah, they will say you're Wahhabi, right? And the followers of this amazing person, Rahimullah, right? What's his name? He's the one who revived the Aqidah, the ways of practice according to the correct teachings, whereas people have been deviated before because of the kings and power and corruptions, right? People have been doing things differently, but he's trying to revive, and may Allah preserve him in Jannah, right? And it's very important to realize this, that you are only, surely if you and I want to practice Islam, it must be from the practice of Prophet Muhammad SAW and the 3 generations, right? Because even he said in his final sermon, what did he say? Taraktu fikum amrayni lan tadillu ma tamassaktum bihima kitabillahi wa sunnatin nabiyyin, which means I'm leaving you 2 things. You will never be led astray if you hold on to them. Which is this? Which is one is this? The Quran and my way, my Sunnah. Yeah. So this is it. Pond of Al-Kawthar. Yeah. Next stage are the scales. How big are the scales? Narrated by Imam Hakim, authenticated by Shaykh Albani. Each side of the scale is the size of the heavens and earth. Each side of the scale. Right? And this is important, is for those whom he wills, Allah will grant a lot of rewards. For those whom he wills, of course, the sins are equally a lot. Yeah. So the scales are very important in Surah number 21, verse number 47. Yeah. وَنَضَعُ الْمَوَازِينَ الْقِسْطَ لِيَوْمِ الْقِيَامَةِ فَلَا تُظْلَمُ نَفْسٌ شَيْئًا وَإِنْ كَانَ مِثْقَالَ حَبَّةٍ مِّنْ خَرْدَلٍ أَتَيْنَا بِهَا وَكَفَى بِنَا حَاسِبِينَ. Which means, and we will set up a just balance on the day of resurrection. So no soul shall be dealt with unjustly in the least. And though there be the weight of a grain of mustard seed is big or small? Very small. Yet will we bring it, and sufficient are we to take account. Right? Nothing can escape this, no matter how small it is. But again, subhanAllah, Allah's mercy, Allah informed us what are the heaviest things on the scale of good deeds. What is the heaviest? What is the heaviest weight on the scale of good deeds?
La ilaha illallah.
La ilaha illallah. Surely that must be the one. In fact, you and I know from another hadith, a person has nothing at all, so many bad deeds except this small thing, and he was pleading to Allah, Ya Allah, what are my bad deeds? compared to my La ilaha illallah. And Allah said, you will not be wronged. Move forward. So he passed the test. Because it's very heavy, but of course, Yusuf, you and I know, right? People can say La ilaha illallah, and yet they go to the grave, they go to this. Many people go to the shuyukhs, the Sufis, and then on the 10th of Ashura, right? Ashura day, right? Go to Hyde Park, what happened? Right?
Big chains.
Complete shirk.
They're going to be a model
right?
this weekend.
As easy as it is for us to understand.
Yeah.
You have a class, sorry?
Chains.
Yeah.
Swords.
Give me 1 minute, please.
Did they actually do that? I've never seen that before.
I saw a video of them, like they were like dipping. I saw some weird thing in Arabic, and I was translating, where they were dipping the chains, and they used to like into like boiling water to disinfect it or something like that. They were like waiting our chains ready.
Islam got down there now.
Really?
Yeah, they got down there a lot now.
That's so funny.
They talk-
Oh yeah, I saw them like when I was first there, they were the
I
Arabic
remember talking
talking
to Ali Dawah and then they tried talking to Shams. You know, they go to all of them.
That's too funny. Yeah, I remember they were getting shouted at by like there was, I was there months ago and there was a Muslim shouting at them, and then at the same time there was just a random black guy like that was irreligious, just like shouting at them, like
Yeah.
Take advantage of the back of it. No, it's so
He was
funny.
getting-
Yeah.
it was
No,
so
Shams
funny.
getting off the- he said, I never debated with someone that's good. And now look, people, they're doing this. Like, it's-
Okay, please make dua. The 16-year-old sister just took shahada. Name Allah. 16-year-old sister just took shahada.
Oh, sister.
16-year-old sister.
Right there, there. 16.
16. So may Allah guide her in the right path. 16.
16.
Yes, 616.
116.
Yeah.
Not 16, not 16.
And
Right.
was she from your class, your sister's class? So
She's going to join next week, inshallah.
Oh, mashallah.
Now, okay, so the behaviors you must know. Again, this is not just about saying by mouth, right? And you do other things, right? Remember Surah Al-Kahf, when the person was given all the wealth. Because shirk is not just about I worship Jesus, Son of God. It's not about that. That if you fail to acknowledge Allah as the provider, it's shirk. As simple as that. A lot of people are doing that, right? A lot of people, because they think that I'm the one who did this, I have a car, a nice bridge, have a house in Chelsea, right? It's from me, I did this. If a doctor were to say, look at, I'm the one who cured cancer for this person, which is quite easily done as a human being. Of course, you're proud of your work, but everything must acknowledge Allah. If you fail to say Alhamdulillah, you're finished. As simple as that. That's shirk. If you study shirk, it's a lot of things that people are doing now, right? that may lead them to hellfire, as easy as that. So you do not need to worship an idol to be committing shirk. Yeah. So do be careful. Yeah. So the heaviest weight on the weight of good deeds is La ilaha illallah. Second heaviest,
Good manners.
good manners. Good manners, very important. Again, right? And this is where, alhamdulillah, usually, not all the time, Indonesians, Malaysians, Thailand, Singaporeans have the best manners in general. The worst, I reserve to myself. It's in my mind, but I won't say it, right?
If I speak, I'm in trouble.
If I speak, right? So it is important. It's not just about the beard. Agree? It's not just about your thobe. It's here where your manners is, your heart. Right? And it's very important to develop our.
It's good to have an identity, but it's more important for a family.
Yeah. I remember I was teaching in Good Street, right? Huge noise. I thought there was a fighting, and they were saying, "Oh no, this Nigerians having the Islamic class." Right? Again, I was when I went to my second Hajj, I was the only non-Somalian around there. I went about 30 Somalians, right? You were trying to sleep at 1 o'clock. They just came back from shopping and they said, "Tafadhal, we eat, subhanallah," right? All these kind of things contribute to your good manners. It's very important to understand this. Again, Islam set a very good precedence for us. You must not let your culture be overwhelming over Islam. Islam must envelop your culture. Change if you need be. As important as that. Yeah. After that, what are the heavy things on the scale of good deeds? Two things that are light on the tongue, heavy on the balance of good deeds. If you do not know this, you haven't been saying this, right? Almost there, Subhanallahil Azim, Subhanallah wa bihamdi. These two things, Subhanallahil Azim, Subhanallah wa bihamdi. Right? So all this we have been taught very clearly.
Is that 100 times? Yeah.
No, it's not. That is another hadith, right? If you say 100 times Subhanallah wa bihamdi, as much as the formula is another hadith, but this is just, you can say anytime.
Right? You said it once in your life and you meant it, then suffice?
No, it's not true. As much as possible, inshallah. As much as you can, inshallah. Yeah. Okay. So now the balance are divided into 5 groups. The first group, those who will enter paradise without reckoning. That means finish. Don't need to even balance, right? So that this will not be weighed at all. Who are these people?
The 70,000 people with.
Yeah, I can't remember the.
No reckoning, no questioning.
Yeah, what is this? I think first one, those who don't do ruqyah, if I can remember.
Is that on Sirat? On Sirat?
No, on the balance of good deeds, right? Or everything. Sorry, everything. They don't have any test. They just clear very fast, right? And one of them, those who don't believe in omens. Oh, this sign means this. Oh, this sign means this. Oh, this sign means this. You said they don't do ruqyah? Yeah, they don't do ruqyah, right? No, that means they trust Allah, right? Don't ask me why, but it's one of the things.
That's weird.
Because they haven't heard this hadith, perhaps. Right?
But what if you didn't know the hadith and you did it?
Yeah, then perhaps. So you do not want to seek knowledge, right? You just want to to assume innocence because you have not had this knowledge before. But anyway, but if others do ruqyah, it's different. It's you yourself who do not want to do ruqyah, right? And second one is you don't believe in omens, right? That means you don't believe in signs. Not from Allah anyway, right? Doesn't matter if this sign, the stars falling, whatever it is. Doesn't matter. Not from Allah. Yeah. So these are the signs. Second one, right? The kuffar, disbelievers. What happened to the deeds? Like dust, right? So they have no weight on them. Right? In Surah 25 and 23, the meaning, and we shall turn whatever deeds that they did, and they make such deeds as scattered floating particles of dust. 25, 23. Right? Al-Kahf 18:105, Allah said, so their works are in vain, and on the day of resurrection, we shall not give them any weight. Number 3, the third group is for those who did good deeds surpass the bad deeds. Inshallah, all of us. Right? Where will we go? Next stage, which is the Sirat, right? The fourth one, the bad deeds more weight than the good, heavier than the good deeds. Hellfire, be punished, right?
That's for only a period of time.
Yes, period of time.
And then they have to go to the Sirat as well.
Yes, of course. Everybody must go to the Sirat.
But the Mizan is called the Sirat.
Right?
The Mizan is before the
Sirat. Yeah, Sirat is the last stage usually.
Yeah,
right?
but I think a few people will get confused.
No.
Because they were saying the opposite.
No, the Sirat becomes last stage, right? Okay. The last one, 50-50.
Phone a friend.
What did you say? Sorry. The dunya escapes my mind, yeah. 50-50 phone a friend, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, 50-50, where do you go? Huh? It's in the Quran, yes, Al-A'raf. Right? Al-A'raf, surah number 7. But eventually, of course, Allah will grant them mercy. But my question is this, you do not want to be suspended somewhere, but you just want to enter Jannah quickly. It's a huge, long journey, 50,000 years. You just do not want to suspend it somewhere with that uncertainty. Because what happened in this Araf, you will see both sides, right? Punishment and the people in Jannah. You see both sides. Yeah. Now, so it is important, inshallah, that we study this very clearly and we improve our deeds to improve the scale of our good deeds, inshallah.
So you're saying just between the Mizan and the Sirat, they go to Araf. Is that what?
For them, for this 50-50.
50-50, that's
Yes.
half and half.
Half, yes.
So they get suspended somewhere midair.
No, they go to Al-Araf. These
Huh?
elevations, they go to Al-Araf.
Oh, the heights.
Heights, yes, elevations, so that they will just go there and stay there until Allah give them this mercy to go to Jannah.
So it's not Jahannam, not Jannah, it's not Barzakh, it's just a whole narrow place.
Yeah, this elevation, you will stay there.
So you just watch everything else happening. It's probably-
Yeah, yeah.
They're going to be going for anxiety and we're going to go to Jannah.
Yeah, exactly. It must be stressful.
So it's like basically going on another engine roller coaster. Is that what it's like?
No, you will stay there at elevations until Allah shows
Imagine
you.
there's like a big Eiffel Tower or something.
Yeah, just stay there.
Standing on top of it, looking down at Jannah.
Yeah.
Jahannam.
Remember, there's no iPhones, there's no Netflix.
Yeah, no one
Just
can
wait.
talk to, you're just like, hey, what's going on?
And
Yeah,
you
yeah.
see-
Oh, you will say
look
to
at
the people of
Jannah.
Jannah.
You kind of be like, oh my god, I don't want to be there.
Yeah.
You
So
Jannah, like, oh, that's nice.
what about the last person to come out of Jahannam? Is that after everything?
You're gonna come.
Oh,
Patience will have its rewards, inshallah. Right? Now, the last one is the Sirat. Right? Allah says, Surah number 19, verse number 71. وَإِن مِّنكُمْ إِلَّا وَارِدُهَا كَانَ عَلَى رَبِّكَ حَتْمًا مَقَضِيًّا. And there is not one of you but shall come to it. This is an unavoidable decree by your Lord. That means everybody, believers, disbelievers, will have to pass through this. Yeah? Surah Maryam, verse number 71. And we know from a hadith that it is the sirat, the bridge is thinner than hair, sharper than knife, with hooks, right? Cutting to pieces if you fall within that range of the hooks. Right? And this is laid over hellfire. Or hadith is very clear from Bukhari, Muslim, and all this. Yeah? There will be people, as you know, who are able to clear quickly, within like a lightning, with a blink of an eye, clear already. Some people will have to crawl on their knees and their hands. The hypocrites, what happened? And you need light, of course. It's be very dark. Some people have a lot of light, like mountains, right? How to increase the light? Not just the Quran. Specifically what? No. Yeah. So going to the mosque in Fajr and Isha, right? Allah will make, because in those days there's no light, right? They just have to put fire and all this. So it's a lot of rewards, inshallah, from the hadith. What else? What else? So this is from hadith At-Tirmidhi Abu Dawud, right? About convey glad tidings to those who walk the mosque in the darkness, for they will be given full light on the day of resurrection. So don't sleep, right? Very important.
is that just quite a issue?
Yes. But there's no point going for. There's so much light.
You know, Fajr is like 4 o'clock for me in PA. What time is Fajr for here again?
You have to wake up earlier, Tariq. Yes. Now, what other things that increase the light? Al-Kaf. On Fridays, you get the light from your house to Kaaba.
Is that the one we told the other week from Friday to Friday?
That light is guidance. If you're talking about this world, Allah said you get light from this week to next. It's not physical light. It must be guidance. But we talk about the hereafter, it cannot be guidance because it's too late. It must be physical light, right? So Allah will give us light from your house, from your door to Kaaba. A lot of light, inshallah. Right? Al-Kaaba, don't forget, inshallah. And the dua going to the mosque, right? Allahumma ij'al fi qalbi nuran wa fi lisan. All this dua. Give us light upon the head and all these kind of things. Yeah. So give us light. And lastly, of course, the dua is surah number 6, Tahrim, 66, right? 66 verse 8. Rabbana atim lana nurana waqfir lana innaka ala kulli shay'in qadir. Our Lord, keep perfect our light for us, right? And grant us forgiveness. Keep perfect our light means do not put it off until we cross the sirat. Right? So this is dua, 66 verse number 8 to memorize, inshallah. Again, we're given all these hints, right? Go to the mosque, Al-Kaf, right? The dua. We should take advantage of all this. Because if you have no light, you only have yourself to blame. Agreed? The hypocrites, the light will be like in a thumb. It will go on and off. In the midst of all the darkness, difficult to see how to walk when the bridge is thinner than hair. It's difficult. You will fall down. Yeah. So this is it, right? The sirat that we all of us are dreading. Even who will be crossing first? No, all of us as a ummah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So it goes in the reverse order. That's why the prophets. No, as in the ummah.
Okay.
We, the ummah, whole ummah will cross first. That's why the prophets, when they see us, they will say, Ya Allah, save us, save us. Even the prophets was very worried with the sirat.
So basically, Adam alayhi salam, he will go last.
Yes, yes, in the reverse order. Yeah.
So Muslim, the Ummah will cross the Sirat first.
And then the Ummah.
Our ummah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
But the people that are ahead and everyone else, pass.
No, or everybody will cross the sirat. Don't know which order first, but the whole. I'm talking about the ummah of the prophets. A prophet is different ummah, right? So Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam ummah, Muslims, Christians, whatever, will cross first, right? Because everybody will have to cross, whether you're a believer or non-believer. It's not fair, right? Put them at the disbelievers, no need to cross. We have to cross all this hurdle. Everybody will have to cross. Yeah. After we cross, inshallah, some of us will come back to that bridge and look. And then we saw people whom we recognize. And we tell Allah, Ya Allah, we know these people. They prayed with us. They fasted with us. Ya Allah, save them, save them. So we ask Allah, plead with Allah to save these people whom we saw in the hellfire. And Allah with His will save them and then put them in the rivers of water, the water in which they will be rejuvenated. And inshallah, there'll be a stamp on the forehead. Those saved by Allah.
What is it, the river of who? No, or Khawf.
No, one of the names, can't remember. That the rivers will rejuvenate the people who have been burned. Yeah.
I always forget which is because there's the one that feeds the people.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then after that comes all the other intercessions, right? Because people are desperate, right? So Al-Kaf, so not Al-Kaf, Al-Mulk. Those who recite Al-Mulk, what is the reward?
It will intercede for you to give you judgment.
It will intercede for you until either cause you to be forgiven of all the sins or intercede for you until you enter Jannah.
Is that the same one that you recited before bedtime?
Yes, the same.
Is there another surah that is
as powerful as that? No.
to recite before sleep?
Yes, I took Kursi, the three calls, Al-Mulk and Sajadah. Yes. By the time I'm going sleeping already. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, okay. Other than that, what will intercede for us? Quran will say this person was not sleeping because of me, let me intercede. Fasting will say this person was thirsty and hungry because of me, let me intercede. Yeah. Your own friends whom Allah give them the ability to intercede will intercede. And last one, of course, Allah Himself will intercede. So this is when, to answer your questions, right? Those with a single a single atom of faith in the heart will be saved by Allah. Yeah. So everybody will be saved, inshallah, until the last person, right, will enter Jannah. And it's an amazing, beautiful story. How he will be the last person to enter, and he would complain to Allah, Ya Allah, I cannot enter. It's very full paradise. Then Allah said, enter. You will have space. Then he could again, Ya Allah, I cannot enter. This is full. Then Allah said, enter. And then again he said, Ya Allah, I cannot enter. Then he said, enter. I will give you 10 times or more the things on the earth. That means the lowest level in paradise is even more than 10 times whatever things that we find in this world. So after that, there's no more saving, correct? Everything finished. So what happened after that? What's the last stage?
Last stage is the last person coming out of.
No, sorry, I forgot one thing, right? If we have not forgiven others, there is another bridge to stand.
Before or after?
After the Sirat. That's why I said the worst thing, right? You already spent 50,000 years. You want to enter Jannah just in front of you, but you're not allowed to enter. It's not worth it. Forgive everybody in this life, inshallah. It's like, coming back, for me personally, right? Coming back. Let's say I go to Europe. Let's say three hours in Heathrow. Coming to my house, another 1.5 hours by tube. Right? So this is the same thing, right? You just want to enter quickly.
So where do those people stand that never had the never been told about Islam? So basically, those tribal people.
Yeah, at the last stage. Right? So
After Sirat, or-
I'm not sure, honestly.
Don't they
I'm not
receive
sure.
I don't know if it's weak, but the test for those people or something like
Yeah,
that.
just that Allah asked them to
So
enter the fire.
They just get fast tracked to the
Yes.
very end and they.
I do not know at which stage, honestly. I don't know.
The test is very easy.
I suppose, to be fair, it should be in the beginning.
Yeah.
Right? Because then they will punish, then in the end they enter fire. To be fair, in the beginning, if they fail, that's it, gone.
And they didn't even
But
know
they still
about
have to
it.
enter all this, sorry?
And they didn't even get to know about Islam. It's a bit cold, isn't it?
So I suppose in the beginning, I do not know, right? Then after that, yeah, they. So anyway, what's the last stage?
You finish the dispute, so.
No, finish already. So dispute finished and all this, and then you will hold hands, you forgive each other.
Oh,
and the
seeing
judge-
Allah. Seeing Allah himself.
No, that's in Jannah only.
On
No,
Friday.
no.
So.
That is next week's topic. Next week's topic kita buat Jannah one topic and Hellfire another topic. Yes. What is it?
Is it when death?
Yes, a ram will be brought in front of Hellfire, paradise. This ram will be brought and it will ask, "Oh, people of Hellfire, do you know what is this?" And they said yes. People of paradise, you know what is this? And they said yes, because they have experienced death. They know that this is represent death.
The ram.
Ram,
Right,
like a sheep. Yes. And then it will be slaughtered.
Oh.
So death is slaughtered. And then it will announce, "Oh, people of Hellfire, everlasting life without death." And we say to people of paradise, "Oh, people of paradise, everlasting life without death." That's it. No more accountability, no more judging is finished. And then people of Hellfire will be there forever, people of paradise will be forever. It's a huge journey. We talk about ever since 3:30 until now.
Can you do a little bullet point thing on each stage?
Now, this thing will be posted to you, inshallah.
But is that with all like the details in it, or is it just bullet points like stage 1, motorcycle, stage 2?
Yeah. There's a summary in the beginning. What are the journeys?
Right, is it in bullet points? That's what I'm asking.
There's the bullet points first, then expansions.
Okay.
Right.
So it'd be like 1 to 10 or something like
Yes.
that. Yeah, okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
The journey of the afterlife is really long, but who really thinks about it?
Precisely. If we think about it, we should panic now. And it's very important that we attend lessons, we remind ourselves, read the Quran with understanding. Surely, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I read the Quran, of course, sometimes when you read, very tired, very sleepy, we just go through the motion. But sometimes when you read, it really pops out and you really feel scared to meet Allah on the day of judgment. Because like it or not, brothers, we have been given sufficient time. Correct? Enough time to prepare? Sure. That's why when Bedouins asked Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "Mata sa'a?" When is the hour? The Prophet answered sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "Don't ask about the hour, but ask yourself whether you are prepared to face Allah on the day of judgment." And this is very important that we look at ourselves. I can guarantee you, you may feel scared today, but after the sleep tonight, tomorrow you roll 2024, you forget. You agree, right?
Come on, England!
And then England. And then after that, right? Maghrib was what time? About 9.
26.
No, you are living in 2 weeks before, right? Maghrib is about 9, 17 or 16 or 15, something like that.
Yeah, 9:17, you're right.
So, it's coming home, right? So, tomorrow, after listening to this talk, if you're not in sajada to Allah at 9:16, something must be wrong with you.
17.
17, yes.
17.
Yeah, something must be wrong. I always ask myself, right? Even if England were to win, so what? The money doesn't go to me, and I get nothing at all. It's just that moment of short happiness. That's about it, right? And it's important to ask ourselves, right, that don't waste time to do things that are not relevant, right? that at the same time we know that we might die tomorrow, right? What have we prepared for the day of judgment? Yeah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to guide us in the straight path. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow all of us to be forgiven our sins and shortcomings. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant all of us iman and taqwa. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the ability to prepare ourselves for the day of judgment. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help our brothers and sisters suffering in Palestine, in Syria, in Egypt, in all parts of the world that are suffering from oppressions and depressions. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant Allah Jannatul Firdaus. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi anta wa astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Subhana rabbika bil izzati ma yasifun wa salamun ala mursalin walhamdulillahi alamin. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Jazakumullah khair. Inshallah we see you for our lessons next week. Yeah?
So let's start next week.